toe. How you sleep with?
Top of the top, man.
Top of the top.
Top of it.
Podcast, man. Another edition of
Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast. While I read the paper, finna hit the block. About to see some paper.
So this is digital newspaper, bro. 100%. We're gonna get y'all caught up on some of these stories that transpired from the previous weeks. 100%, man. My name hard to start, JD, aka the Guccinni. I got my big bruh Slim in here with me. Talk to the people.
Yes, sir. You know, I'm just chilling, man. I mean, for another day, chopping up some topics and shit, you know. Catch me on Boogie Vision on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? New episode dropping. So yes, sir.
100%. You see, I got it added to the ticker right there, so you can. If y'all slow, if you slow like me, look at the ticker right there. Go like and subscribe to my nigga channel right there, man. Help.
Yes, sir.
Man, 100%, man. Oh my mama. Episode 5 coming real soon.
Yeah, I'm dropping that today.
Oh my mama, 100%. Y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for episode 5, bro. 100%. Bogey, talk to the people. Let them know, big bro.
Shit, man, you already know, slow motion in the big ocean, just trying to stay afloat, you know what I mean? Check me out anywhere you consume your music, Bogard, scot-free, and check us out for all kind of fantasy-isms and all kind of playmaker action over there on the Gen Wealth Net on YouTube.
And Apple and Spotify, where you get your motherfucking music, man. I updated the ticker, man, so I'm making sure I have these channels and then where you can find these niggas at, man. So go do yourself a favor and get locked in 100%. You can find myself, my Instagram right there, GuchinniJD, man, 100%. And then this the whole hard to start shit right there, man. How y'all weeks been so far, bro?
It's been rough, you know what I'm saying? But I'm making it through. This shit almost over with.
Oh, my mama.
I mean, shit, you know what I mean? Just glad we made it through another week. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to this show every week. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's kind of the culmination of getting through the Monday through Friday grind. You know what I'm saying? It's an exciting time of the year for me and all of us fantasy DJs because we're well off in the war. I am AKA wartime buggy. You know what I mean? And yeah, we're full on in week 2 action already. So. You know what I mean? I'm loving it, bro. I'm a simple man these days.
100%, bro. That's what time it is, man. And it feels like fall outside right now here in Northern California.
You ain't lying. I got the hoodie on. I was like, yo, this motherfucker's fucking 50-something right now. I'm like, hell yeah.
Them is facts, bro. We've been yearning for this type of weather, boy, because this summer has been on fire.
Remember when I first moved out here last year, JD? Y'all was like, man, you brought the Bay Area weather out here because it would be like raining like all through fucking goddamn May and shit. And then
we be needing
this year was like, bruh, how do you guys live here?
What is?
I'm like, fuck, I live here. I'm like, that shit crazy.
It's facts, bro. Well, shit, bro. We got some good topics for y'all today. We gonna fire this joint up. Top of the morning, Peacock. Mama. Top of the morning, Emil Canada, stand up, big bruh.
What up, Emil?
100%. So we're gonna fire this shit up with some Super Bowl talk, man. Just talking about football season and all that. Let's hear what Kendrick Lamar had to announce.
You warm up. Come on. 2 more. Just like that. You ready?
Cool.
Exactly. What the deal, everybody? My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know, it's only one opportunity to win a championship.
No round twos.
No round twos. Let's get it. Boom. I won't want you to miss it. Meet me in New Orleans, February 9th, 2025. Wear your best dress
Oh, is that
too,
your birthday, Slim?
even if you're watching from home. Let's go. Yay! That's what I'm talking about, man. Now we can get
love right there.
to it for real. Come on, you gotta make sure you.
Okay, so with the big announcement this week that then got the internet shook up, man. Give me your thoughts on Kendrick being the headliner of the Super Bowl, y'all.
I have no problem with it. Nobody want to hear them lackluster performances from Wayne. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? And the hell with whoever mad about it. You know what I mean? You know, it ain't. I think when if Jay had influence on that pick, which he probably did, you know what I'm saying? He had a short list, but Kendrick was at the top of that list. Who's to say Wade wasn't on that list? But regardless of the case, I feel like Kendrick music is current. You know, he's popping. He has a big infectious hit right now. You know what I'm saying? And I think it would make good sense to, you know, put him in that lineup. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Wayne doesn't. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't do shows and stuff like that, but his music ain't really trending right now. You know what I'm saying? And I get it's New Orleans, but sometimes it comes down to who's garnering the most attention right now. And I think that's what they look at. You know what I mean? I don't think they look at a hometown thing. You know what I'm saying? So I see Master P and Birdman and Nigga, all these people want to come out, and all these low-key Jay-Z haters, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't think it was was that the first time the Super Bowl was in New Orleans?
No, it was there 10 years ago when my Niners lost to the Ravens. Bring it up.
Okay, so at the end of the day, why is it 10 years ago from 2024? That's 2014. There wasn't no hoorah then. So why is there hoorah now?
Yeah, but see, at 2014, he was only 20 years
11 years ago. 11 years ago, and it was Beyonce.
Yeah, but that was but what my point was, it was only 20 years into to Wayne's career though. The for the Super Bowl. So now he's 30 years in, bro. If you want to give him a legacy thing, I can understand that, because not only is it not only about current music and your music being super relative right now, you can go to plenty of past Super Bowls where the person that did the halftime for show really ain't had nothing cracking. They was just
Rihanna.
They could just known to be able to blow. You know what I mean? But now that Rock Nation has taken full control of the fucking halftime show, and I'm gonna play this video right here for y'all. Let's watch this. Where is that? Oh, see, there I go, fucking up. Okay, well, let's play Wayne, and I'm gonna add this other video.
Your words turn into arms, and it held me up when I try to fall back.
He's on that syrup.
That hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And just automatically mentally putting myself in that position, like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, you know, I thought there was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all are amazing. It made me feel like not getting this opportunity.
Why Jay-Z says the city that the Super Bowl is being played in doesn't dictate what artist he chooses to perform on the halftime show stage. Check it out.
Thank you. Hi, Randy from BT. Asia's presentation mentioned that the Super Bowl performance will be picked based on the city and honoring the heritage of that. Can you elaborate on what that means exactly, and have conversations begun, like J-Lo and Enrique Iglesias?
No, not like that. Not in those terms. Like, you know, typically when and we had this conversation, you can't go to a city, plop a show down, and then leave. You know, like, at least speak to the community, speak to the things, speak to the guys that's on the ground, organizing things and trying to make things better in that sort of way. Because Tampa's next year. I love Tampa Bay. I don't have no idea who's from there, who performed. So you start running into that problem. If you start doing that, and sometimes it may happen, and it may line up that the person is from the city that they perform, but you don't want to get into that space, because then, again, who performs sometimes? Does anybody know?
Here we go. So you get Wayne's side of Wayne feeling a little bit of hurt. We got Cuzzo Kev up in this motherfucker. Top of the morning, Cuzzo.
What up, Kev?
You got Wayne's perspective on how he feels that, he feels like it's kind of like his fault, because like how Slim let off, he's not, Kendrick is super current right now. Got the hottest song. I even heard a rumor saying that Drake is going to send a cease and desist for them not to allow him to play Not Like Us during the show too.
Can't send no cease and desist. It's not his song.
I'm gonna send that to the group chat, because man, I think they got they might got a angle at doing it, but I'm gonna send that shit to y'all from what I see.
That's bullshit.
What are they gonna try to do? Are they gonna try to claim
the pedo?
But are they gonna try to claim that's what is it called when you're slandering someone's name?
Defamation of character.
Yeah, because then
that's bitch ass shit, man.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The only way defamation of character can be won is if you're able to prove that it hurt them financially. Like, for example,
it's a rap battle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
but see,
Johnny Depp got sued for defamation of character. Then he countersued for the same thing, because he was able to prove that because of her allegations and the Me Too movement, he was dropped from Disney. And then they were able to extrapolate, there's that word again, they would extrapolate what he would have made if he stayed on the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. That shit was like upwards of $500 million. He won that thing real easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to be able to prove that. If you're Drake, you have to be able to be like, yo, this song fucked me up. They're not going to be able to do that.
I don't know.
Drake got a $400 million deal during this whole thing. You know what I mean?
He got an $800 million deal.
$800 million. Get the fuck out of here, Drake.
Listen,
400 was for the 360, and the other 400, I think it came from Nike or something, where he got a deal. Oh my! That's why they was doing what they was doing, because they was hurting that boy brand. Oh, everything.
I mean, that's what comes with the battle. There's losses to be taken. There's somebody's going to be a winner, there's going to be a loser. Can't be no two motherfucking champs in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no round twos.
Nah.
Hey, remember when Jack from Jack in the Box was going in on the King from Burger King?
100%.
Yeah, so
come on.
Look, this is what I say, man. At the end of the day, I noticed that everybody, all the celebrities, the only celebrities that had something to say about it,
top of the morning, Jake.
Had low-key, top of the morning, people that had low-key issues with Jay-Z that they didn't mention. You know what I'm saying? So all of the low-key Jay-Z haters that want to come out now, oh man, shut your ass up, man. Because first of all, that decision wasn't just made by Jay. The NFL has to approve it. The mayor of New Orleans has to approve it. So stop the shenanigans, man. Kendrick performing, it ain't nothing you could do about it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Yeah, man. And
he won.
And like, this is just smart business. And
exactly, it's good
of course, everybody knows he doesn't like Drake or Wayne,
That's
or
what I
they
was
have a
gonna
long-standing
No,
rivalry.
not with Wayne. Not with Wayne. Wayne has says the best. I'm the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. That's his dog. He got a high admiration for him, and then Drake got a line saying, "Please forgive me, I don't know the line."
He said, "I wanted to be on Rockefeller till I turned into Jay."
Nah,
no, you didn't. You didn't turn into Jay. You turned into Drake, and that's okay.
100%. Let me say that, but he did say, and you can say what you want to say about Drake. Drake gonna hide his admiration, but he got a song in a line. He say, "I didn't cry when Pac died, but when Hov died, I'll shed a tear for everything that he showed us." And this is a long time ago. So Drake hold Jay-Z.
Hey, I don't like Pac just for that line. I forgot he said that.
On my mama, he hold Jay-Z to the highest standard too. So as he got to feeling himself and he started taking shots, Jay-Z looked like, bruh, you little bruh. 100, you'll never to be like me. And even though they got their own little withstandings, nigga, this is just another stamp or another win in Jay against Drake, bro. Man, fuck what you talking about, bro. 100%. Even though I don't want you on here, nigga, I'm not finna get your boss on here neither. 100%.
Exactly. I don't think it was no malice when it came down to Jay. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a business decision, and I think people.
Here, come here, man. Here, he want to say something, man. So this nigga, so he ride with me damn near every day, man. So this nigga want to say something. Go ahead and say something about how you feel about this shit.
Hey, y'all, that's bullshit. Wayne is way better than that nigga, but I don't know why y'all niggas like that nigga so.
So my cousin is a 34-year-old. You know, he grow up under Wayne. Wayne his favorite artist. Wayne one of my favorite artists too. You know what I mean? I understand the move, but here you go, young niggas right here, one of the young Relly saying how he feel about Wayne though.
Man, here's the thing with Kendrick, bro. I gotta say, like, Kendrick is he's having the moment of all moments right now, and this is gonna top it off. Like, and I think you know, when it comes to Lil Wayne or Drake, they've had several moments. I think but low key, Kendrick has had just as many moments and maybe even bigger moments with all the accolades and Grammys and stuff like that, and he's been playing it very even keel. And doesn't have to be, there's no clout in this. This is probably the most quote unquote clout chasing that you could try to categorize Kendrick, and you can't even really categorize it as it, but beefing and doing everything he's doing, even the way he words everything in that video you just showed, where he's like, you know, kind of letting everyone think after every word, you know, he's like, there ain't no second round.
Like how you said,
you know I mean? like he's really taking his victory lap right now. You know what I mean? 100%. Like, listen, I'm him. This is my year.
This is the biggest.
We're all gonna have to deal with it all the way up until early next year, February, because that's when the Super Bowl is. So, and it kind of comes full circle. This whole thing, the like that and all that shit, that was last March.
Yeah, so, it's a whole year run. It's a whole year run, and that's why it's a checkmate. Like how you just said not too long ago about a clout move. Everybody in this culture, whether you covered it, whether your motherfucking ass jumped out there and had something to say on a diss track about anybody in the vicinity of that beef, whether it be Metro, whoever, it was hella motherfuckers that jumped out the woodwork and wanted to insert themselves because of how big the moment is. And that's Jack on top of telling, man, look, the NFL is the biggest shit in America. Don't nothing else move like the NFL, bro, except for tech and hacking. Them is the other biggest things in the mother, and tech and hacking go together, nigga, 100%. So the NFL makes shit shake, and the NFL on top of Hove, nigga, they gonna capitalize on the biggest moment, bro. And bruh is bringing to the table the whole community of hip hop, which the whole community of hip hop is worldwide. Like we said, only other place it ain't in is in Antarctica. Everywhere else, nigga, on the globe, nigga, hip hop is there, and so. Football taking advantage of it, bro. So we can't be mad at this shit.
You don't think the Eskimos are slapping down there in Antarctica?
And I hope they
kind of are.
I hope they is, bro. Oh my lord. There's my dog right there. Shout out to Ian, man. Make sure y'all go follow Vegas Hockey Hub, man. My dog Ian right there is in the cap.
That was my point. If you seen that performance at WrestleMania 40, that was horrible.
Oh shit.
Forgetting lyrics and all kind of shit. Like, man, listen, I seen
Oh,
that yesterday.
Wayne performed
That
at the
was
WrestleMania.
horrible.
Uh-oh.
So if you're gonna take that to the NO, that's we don't know what we gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I would say Jay-Z and Kendrick, they're two artists that when they perform, it sounds like the record, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm a stickler for that because I like showmanship and like I'm gonna be real, even that video we showed with Wayne, it looked like he's still sipping, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, no, that nigga higher than a motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, how the performance gonna sound? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We can't do no questionable shit, man. We need a sure thing.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And Kendrick, you know, you that short thing right now. You know what I mean?
And y'all make sure you follow Vegas Hockey Hub. That's my dog Ian right there.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Ian.
And Stay Tuned Live. He part of the Stay Tuned Live. Shout out to my dog Josh, my dog Jay Will. Stay Tuned Live, man. They didn't pull it up on him, man. Appreciate y'all 100%.
Yeah, baby.
Wayne,
hey, Josh, he from the Bay, right? Is he from Vallejo?
Huh?
Is Josh the one that
Josh, yep.
Okay, yeah, man. Shout out to Josh. I remember him.
Facts. What you got, Slim?
Look, like Kev Hoops was saying, right? He said the real Lil Wayne fans ain't gonna be in the building. Them tickets be $5K or better. That's a fact. Because I noticed a lot of people argue you down about these artists. You ask them one question: when last time you bought their album? When last time you bought anything from them?
That motherfucker. Only albums I'm buying is the Relly's albums.
You know what I'm saying? So we talking about real supporters or what? What we talking about?
Bakes, everything.
What up, Bakes?
Oh, everything. No, I mean, but shit, they get streaming rights. Hey, man, I'm streaming your shit 100%. And it's on my playlist. I got multiple songs. If I'm fucking with you, I got your song on my playlist. So you get that too. Oh, everything.
I mean, if Wayne performs, what are we gonna get, right? Let's just think of this real quick. If he performs, what are we gonna get? Lollipop? We're gonna get.
I want to hear that right now.
Yeah, what are we gonna? What is he gonna? I mean, I'm not knocking Wayne. Look, I love Wayne. I'm just saying, like, okay.
Look, we heard a lot of the songs.
Rihanna wasn't quote unquote relevant at the time. She was actually even pregnant. You know what I mean? But hey, they already know that this is one of those moments. Like they're like, all right, let's put a sister in power on one of the granddaddy stages and go ahead and showcase her too while she's pregnant too. Like, you know what I mean? This is a beautiful thing right here. You don't really see that's different.
That was an empowerment moment.
Yeah, that's different for the Super Bowl. Like no one got mad at that. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Even before the LA with Dr. Dre and all them. And then he brought out Kendrick and Fifth and Mary and whatnot. Before that, you know what I mean? They might be in LA and have a goddamn Celine Dion for all we fucking know, right? Like because they did the LA thing with Dre and them, now they automatically assume, all right, we're in NOLA. Give me Lil Wayne. You know what I mean?
No.
For real though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, like I could imagine not like us being performed at the Super Bowl. It's gonna have the players turned up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be turned up, like it's gonna set the tone, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you don't even gotta sing the lyrics to the motherfucking Not Like Us. Once the beat drops, bro, like how I did in Inglewood a couple of months ago, man, that motherfucker did the song like 7 straight times, man, and the forum was filled the fuck up, or wherever the fuck they was in Inglewood,
it's
man.
That set the tone.
Going. Oh my!
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, Drizzy and Cash Money, they had their moment. It's time for Kendrick to have his moment now. Case closed.
You know what? Everybody brings out a guest. Is it out of the realm of possibility that he bring out the Hot Boys with Wayne for a song?
Man, and I know Birdman ain't chatting because at the end of the day, you can't even get the Hot Boys together for a reunion. So knock it off.
You ain't playing.
I'm still waiting for that. When that gonna happen?
And that's
they're already 40 plus. Like when that's gonna happen?
If you get all 4 Hot Boys, including Manny, back together, nigga, they can go do some shit right now. And like you said, bruh can't even get his own people together to go make it happen, to go get some paper.
But you know who can make it happen? If it was Kendrick who made the phone call, like, I want to put them on my set.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That'll override any. I mean, didn't Travis Scott do the Super Bowl a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, was he a guest for somebody or?
I'm pretty sure Kendrick ain't the only artist performing at the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah, no, I think he'll have somebody out there with him.
Yeah, they usually.
Yeah.
I mean, last year, who did
Right.
Usher brought out Luda and what's her name?
That's what I'm saying. Just like when they was in Cali, they had Dre and Snoop, 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's gonna be other artists out there.
Eminem now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was our first time seeing Eminem on the main stage in a long
In a
time.
while, yeah, in a while.
Yeah, and he did the Kaepernick knee.
You know what?
I respect that though.
I ain't mad at him.
I gotta tap in with Eminem so I could get some of them motherfucking $50,000 J's. His J's is worth super bread. Oh my mama, he got exclusive Eminem.
Oh, that's right, because he had the whole deal with Jordan. Hey, shout out to him. He had a deal with Jordan before, like Dre and all
Slim? You see who that is, Slim?
Yeah, I know. I already know who that is. Mr. Carter.
Hey, Bogey, that's Kev's little brother right there, man.
Okay, that's the writer right there.
No, that's his baby brother right there.
Oh, okay. What's happening?
What's up, Kev? Oh my
What's up, little bro?
Yeah, that nigga Eminem got exclusive J's, bro. Oh my mama. Facts. Let's find.
I feel like Michael Jordan would talk to Eminem before he talked to any of these other rappers. I ain't gonna lie.
That's right. He knew what he was doing.
I remember Nori was like, I like Jordan, but he don't like us.
Yeah, Jordan owned penitentiaries.
Damn.
He's about his paper, man.
Hey, you know what's funny is man, shout out to my daughter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My daughter had failed her she had failed her driver's test. You know what I mean? It's no big deal. It happens to a lot of people, but she was real devastated. And then Peacock, he said something to me that I was like, oh, that's good advice. He goes, tell her like I tell my kids, you know, Michael Jordan, he didn't get drafted to the team he wanted. He didn't get to the schools he wanted. You know what I mean? And then so I try to relay some kind of message like that to her. She's like, Michael Jordan, the shoes? And I was like, oh, that's right. You don't know Jordan like that. Like,
everything. Who the fuck is
I forgot. You know what I mean?
Dad, the shoes?
So we talking about the shoes? She was not trying to hear it. She was so mad that she failed the shit. I tried to comfort her. She's like, "What? Fuck those shoes."
Oh, everything. I used to make it a habit though when me and my daughter used to be riding in the car. If Michael Jackson came on, Prince came on, Pac came on, the ones that was gone, you know, while we riding, as we get to going, woo, woo, you know, further down, baby, you know who this is? You remember who Dad said this was? So she know who it was playing, you know what I mean? Because even though they gone, you still need to know about this music right here. Oh, everything.
Yeah. I grew up in a house that my dad played a lot of 70s shit, a lot of 80s shit. But then one of the things that was consistent is he would always play Sinatra. And he would tell me, like, you know, Sinatra, he worked with the mob, Jay. And he said he broke down a lot of barriers. You know, Quincy Jones was his guy, you know. And Quincy Jones wrote all the music. I said, word. You know what I mean? I didn't even know, you know, but these are things like, you know, when you, and then it puts a different perspective on it. Like, you're like, oh man, he a decent dude. He ain't just one of them crackers for real. You know what I mean? Like,
man. R.I.P. Frankie.
R.I.P. Frankie Beverly for real.
Beverly and Mason.
Yes, sir.
Didn't they just pass?
Yep, they just did.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
A couple days ago.
James Earl, we lost another one, a big one too this week. Another one, James Earl Jones.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
I was watching Best of the Best last night. Y'all remember that movie from the 90s?
No.
It was a fighting movie where the Americans versus the Koreans. It was like for the world championships with like gold medals and whatnot. But yeah, James Earl Jones, he's the main coach. You know what I'm saying? Just you feel me?
Yeah.
Oh my mama, y'all got anything going out on this one?
Yeah, Kendrick gonna perform and it's gonna be fire. That's it.
Hey, Lil Wayne, you see Lil Wayne? He actually put out a tape called "They Don't Like Us."
For real?
Yeah, he did a song. I mean, I don't know if it's out, but he performed it live where he's spitting on that instrumental. But he's like, "They don't like us. They don't like us."
I gotta check that out.
I'm like, I don't think they finna sign you for that one for the Super Bowl.
Oh my mama. Let's fire this next one up.
For our part of the show says What's up, homie?
Is $1 million a lot of money to you? Well, answer.
No.
Well, I'll finish. I ask that question to people all the time when we start talking about money. And it surprises me when people who've never seen half of that, let alone a quarter of it, they say, no, it's not a lot of money. I'm not a millionaire, and I say it is a lot of money. But it'd be great to get that answer from people who have it or have seen it. Was that a question?
So
I feel like he just answered his own question.
No, he's
No, he's
saying
at-
to us. What do we
No,
feel?
He's not saying to us.
He's asking the panel what we feel about
He's
$1
saying to
million
y'all.
and if we think
$1 million
somebody-
is still, I still think $1 million is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It is.
I do.
And when people say a lot of money, I think they confuse it with life-changing money. Like a lot of times,
It's also life-changing money.
$1 million is life-changing money.
It can be.
It can be.
No, it is. Not it can be. It is.
But she says it can't be because it depends on
Hold
how
on,
you
don't
spend
clean it up for it, y'all. Let's have the debate. Let's have the debate. I say it is life-changing money.
Man,
Bang. Let's talk about it. Give me your thoughts on what that conversation was about. If $1 million is
I was sitting here just thinking, like, before I bought my first house, motherfucking in about 10 years, between me and my lady, we spent $250,000 on rent. You know what I mean?
Whoa!
And like, so that's $125,000 on my half. So that's a little over $1/10 of $1 million. It just, I would say it depends on your lifestyle, where you live. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit matters. But also, like, if you were the type of person who lived a meager expenses, and then $1 million fell on your lap, and you kept your same lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? You super straight. Most people that don't have that type of money, they get it, and they do things that aren't sustainable. Like, or they do stupid shit, like buy a house cash, buy a fucking car cash. I mean, maybe the house isn't so bad, but buying a car cash, like that, you drive that off the lot, there goes half the value. You know what I mean? Like, $1 million can get burnt up real fucking fast if you're not smart. You know what I mean? So I still would say it's a lot of money, though. You know what I mean?
100%.
$1 million is a lot of money. Like, fuck what everybody else talking about. $1 million is a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Whoever think it's not a lot of money, they out they fucking mind.
Yeah, they broke as fuck.
Like, you got to be kidding me. First of all, and they say, he says, oh, confuse it with life changing. It is life changing money, because you can, like, if you know all the vehicles that you can put that money into, you don't even have to go out there and take no risk starting no business and nothing like that. You can back that money into an IRA. You can put that money into mutual funds.
Yep, a high interest rate account.
High interest rate account. You know what I'm saying? Generating just with 5% a year, just off that $1 million, you're making about 50,000. So if you get 10% off that money in an investment account, that's 100 G's a year. You can't live comfortable off 100 G's a year. Something wrong with you. You spend it too much.
Like, for example, if you buy,
you can't take the $1 million and just start blowing it though.
And
you
then my thing is, like, my bad, Slim. I'm sorry. Me being an entrepreneur and owning my own business, nigga, 15,000 right now in my own business, it gets you a truck, brand new equipment, and be able to start your business account. Go get your motherfucking business license from the city that you in. You know what I mean? Might even be able to get you a credit card, because once I got my shit, I was able to go get me a Amex, even though my Amex don't got a lot on it. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I do got a business Amex. You know what I mean? 100%. That ain't nothing but 15,000, and that's on the generous end. You know what I mean? To be able to start you a business, and I ain't gonna say too much, but you can get you some tax-free money by cutting grass. 100%. And some of us that's in the chat on the panel allegedly might have got some tax-free money a long time ago. So if you're trying to put 2 and 2 together, nigga, my business, you can go get it legitly and get some legit money, but you can also, you know, do your thing if you really want to do your thing and run it up. And niggas be running it up just by cutting grass. So then, and 15,000, 20,000 out of $1 million, what's that percentage, Slim? 2% of $1 million?
Yeah, something like that.
And that ain't shit. So like you said, you can go put, if you don't want to put the whole $1 million in there, you can go take 200, 300 out, put that in your bank account, put that 7 and get the motherfucking interest rate on that. And see, like in my case right now, where I'm at, nigga, 600,000, whether it's if I get $1 million and it's taxed and I walk away with 7, or I get the whole $1 million without tax, nigga, 600,000 at my house, pay off my house, redo my house, and build a whole nother motherfucking house in the back on top of owning my own business and having 9 to 5. So if I pay off my house, what that mean? Nigga, I don't pay no mortgage a month. How much money is that saving out of my 9 to 5 that comes from my mortgage? You know what I mean? Not even having that $1 million. So just imagine not having $1 million and you don't got to pay no rent or no mortgage. And you got to
say you bought a house.
Your mortgage is probably what? 25 to 30, maybe even 40% of your monthly income. Now just imagine not having to pay that monthly.
Yeah,
I would have $1 million. Nigga, you in it. And then one more thing, and I'm gonna stop talking. Nigga, when you get that $1 million, like me, I'm in debt. You know what I mean? Just not being in debt alone have me up because I'm not paying to get back. You know what I mean? So just imagine being debt free and not having to pay your monthly mortgage or your rent just without $1 million. So if you add $1 million to that equation, bro, how can you not live off that, bro? On top of annual income by being an entrepreneur and having what is it called? Passive income.
Yeah.
Say you buy a house.
I mean,
You got
this is the
$1
thing,
million,
right?
buy a
Check
house.
this out. Check this out, right? This is the thing, right? Real quick, right? I think that when people say $1 million is not a lot of money, I think they look at, well, I can't get, if I buy this $500,000 house and I get this $200,000 car, that's damn near all the money gone. Well, you shouldn't be buying that.
Then you have to worry about property tax year after year.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be buying that because those are not assets. Those are liabilities. So the first thing you're supposed to look for when you get that type of money is something that is assets and income producing, vehicles that's going to bring in money every month. You know what I'm saying?
House is a liability only if you live in it. So if you try and get you some rental property, or if you're able to build you an ADU on your property, that way you can have that ADU also pay for your mortgage.
That passive income.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
we gotta really dissect what we can do with this money and how we can make this money work for us. But that also go back to you, Slim and Bogey, last week talking about when we was talking about the Dr. Umar shit, financial literacy. You know what I mean? We have to be able to talk about this shit because when this type of shit do happen and motherfuckers do end up upon something like this or however it may go, they know that, look, man, I heard these niggas talking about, man, if I buy a property, I could build something on it. Man, if I put this money in this account, I can get a high yielding savings account and earn interest on this dough. You know what I mean? Instead of going to go buy a $500,000 house, put a $100,000 car in that motherfucker, have $400,000, but not knowing when you buy a brand new house, them property taxes, you got to pay them. And that's going to be $2,500 every motherfucking year.
Yeah, but look, my thing is like, okay, you go get a property. My thing is like, I'm still using the first time home buyers program. I'm still gonna use that.
Is that pops?
You know what I'm saying? Or I put down the 20%. I ain't cashing out on that, and it's gonna be an investment property because I feel like I want things to pay for things that I want. So
I like that.
If I want a house for myself, I want the investment property to pay for that. If I get a car, I want the Roth IRAs and the mutual fund accounts to pay for that.
Or you can have your business. You can write. So with my business and the little beater truck that I bought, remember how I tell you not too long on so many shows ago that I had found me a 1996 little Chevy truck on the lot. Well, me having a business account, I could have used my IEN number and made payments on a little $3,500 truck if I wanted to and write that off at the end of the year.
Yeah, I was gonna say you better write that off. At least a portion
I just wanted to cash that out because I wasn't I couldn't take on a new bill at that point. I had just rather have cashed that out. But with me owning a business and being an entrepreneur and having an account and having my tax ID, that's the type of shit you can do when you do go do it in the car. Man, put this on my business. That way, nigga, this car is on my business and I'm not using it out of my personal account. And that way, nigga, it ain't hurting me too bad. And I'm writing this motherfucker off at the end of the year.
If I had $1 million right now, I'd probably try to see who will go in with me on a McDonald's. I swear to God.
Yep.
I feel like if I get a McDonald's, I'm rich for life.
McDonald's like $2 million though.
That's what I'm saying. I'll find someone to go in with me.
Go half, yeah.
Yep.
That's
And
fucked
then
up.
boom, and then we getting sausage McMuffins for life.
For me, I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey.
I'm putting that shit in an investment account, getting that money either every 6 months or annually, and I'm gonna get me a rental property. I don't even want no business I gotta show up every day. I'd rather travel the world. But I'm gonna make sure the money is making money.
You got it right with getting the rental property.
Hey, Buck, have you ever heard of McDowell's?
Yeah, hell yeah, come on, bro.
We'll go to America. McDowell's only cost us $1 million a piece, so we'll come with the 500 and run McDowell's on my mama's shoe coming to
McDowell's, bro.
So every day. Y'all got anything going out on this one?
Yeah, $1 million a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
Point blank.
And just don't take anything for granted in life, especially money, bro. Because if you get that $1 million and you think, oh man, I'm rich, you might blow through that thing like a motherfucker, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? $1 million's real. Hey, if we had $1 million right now, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'll still be acting the exact same, bro. I swear to God.
You know what I think people look at too? Like they look, like I said, they look at people in the fancy big houses and the $200,000 cars, like I was saying before, right? But when you look at people that really own stuff like that, they worth a couple million.
They up.
They not dead. That's not even a chip off the iceberg.
Yeah.
So if you go buy a $200,000 car, you gotta be playing with at least $5 million.
Remember they got on Kendrick
or somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah, because it's her first car. Yeah, buy you a Bentley as a first car so you could crash it up. No,
yeah, remember E40 got the classic line, and this is
don't buy an $80,000 car
before you go buy a house. Oh, everything.
Wow, that's in the Hall of Game.
In the Hall of Game, man, 100%. Oh my mama. Let's get into this last topic, man. So this topic right here, when we talked about last week about I forgot what the Houston people was doing. Excuse me, and then I'm not just saying the Houston people. It was some people out of Houston that did something.
Yeah, it was called jugging.
They was jugging on my mama. So they was jugging, right? So I got the story confused where I said it was a crime ring and they was going from state to state with the jugging. So I went and found a story where it was another set of people up out of Houston somewhere. I think they said the 5th Ward where they were state to state. And here go the shit right here, y'all.
KHU11's Jalissa Garza is live from the 5th Ward with more on this case tonight. Jalissa?
Well, there are 42 people now charged in this crime ring, the 42 people from here in Houston's 5th Ward. Now, federal law enforcement say they were part of a group of people that broke into more than 200 pharmacies across 31 states. The latest allegations tied to a string of crimes that stretch from Texas to Arkansas and back.
Where in the early morning hours, they would shatter glass at pharmacy locations, low crawl on the floor to evade motion detectors, and systematically remove dangerous opioid, benzodiazepines, promethazine with codeine, and other scheduled medication from the pharmacy shelves.
Thursday in Little Rock, U.S. Attorney Jonathan Ross announced more Houstonians have been indicted in an alleged crime ring, accused of stealing millions of dollars worth of controlled substances.
On November 28th of 2023, the Little Rock DEA, along with numerous state and local law enforcement partners in Houston, Texas, arrested 18 organization members charged in the initial indictment. And on July 2nd of this year, a superseding indictment was returned by the grand jury in the Eastern District of Arkansas, charging 24 additional defendants in the conspiracy to distribute controlled substances for acts that occurred nationwide.
Officials say the stolen pharmaceuticals were brought back and sold right here on the streets of Houston. Authorities say the stolen drugs included things like oxycodone, hydrocodone, and an antihistamine with codeine cough syrup.
The street value of the controlled substances stolen in the burglaries is estimated at this time to be $12 million.
Law enforcement agencies from across the country, including HPD and the Harris County Sheriff's Office, involved in the takedown.
This is the largest pharmaceutical burglary case in DEA history. This was an investigation that's been...
Hey, them boys was running it up, huh, bro?
Yeah. Getting all the Zans. They said benzos. That's all the Zans right there. Getting all the Zans, all the codeine, everything, man.
You know, to me, it sounds like a new version of a Reagan era, and there's a lot of back history that I would have to go into to
with the
tell you why I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you kind of know a little bit. Like they was flooding that shit, and then now all of a sudden now it's a thing. Now it's the war on drugs. Now, like, come on, man. Like, these things are expected.
You can't have the war on drugs without having the drugs out there, right?
And 100%, and part of it is that the medical industry is such a big industry, and part of the medical industry is that the band-aids that they give you, which AKA is them pills that they push on your ass. 100%, bro. And as we in this community, we like to relax. You know what I mean? 100%, whether it's be a drink, whether it be some tree, or whatever other type of way you like to relax, and it's always gonna be a business for it, and that shit is meant to be, and it ain't gonna go nowhere. 100%, it's gonna be a need for that shit, bro. And them young brothers, boy, they, even though I don't think they said they hurt nobody in that motherfucking in that clip, but they trying to go ahead and run that shit up, bro. 100%. Damn, man. And it's a need for that shit. We see it every day about the fent. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers, that shit that they was getting, right? The fake shit, them niggas want what they was getting, but that shit is laced with fent. You know what I mean? And the young brothers and the sisters in this community, they want that shit, bro. They want what them dudes was going to go get.
They getting addicted to that shit unknowingly, bro.
And they settling for the fake shit, not knowing that this fake shit might be laced with a deadly dose of that shit. And that's what's so fucked up about this shit, bro, is that, once you get that habit and, that's the way that you like to relax, sometimes, nigga, you'll go somewhere else and that'll be, on everything.
You might be, imagine for these guys, they're in the streets now. They're like, bro, I got that pharmaceutical grade shit, bro. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? I think that being that like some of the 90s drugs kind of calmed down a little bit, like the popularity is not the same, even though it's still it still make money.
But man,
the popularity.
Whippets is popping right now.
Hold a second.
Used to only be in like the 90s, bro.
Hold on, let me land. Like,
go ahead.
The popularity is not the same. You know what I'm saying? So now they say, okay, the new generation, they own this pharmaceutical shit or whatever the case may be. But somebody probably feel like their pocket's getting slimmer. So they got to dirty up the game with all the fent and all that. You know what I'm saying? To try to bring them back over to the street hustle. Because, in the pharmaceutical business, it ain't really, it's the pharmacies is making the money. That's at the top of the food chain. It ain't the cartels, it's the pharmacies. You know what I'm saying? Because they the ones with the companies, they the ones that can legally do this shit and get all this bread, you know what I'm saying, when it all come down to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, for sure. The cartel still getting money off that shit too. I just seen a story too, and I was gonna play it for this one for this week as well. And it's a story, and I want to say it's close to a border town where they're saying that some of the cartel bosses are banning the sale of fent from their cartel and the area of that part of Mexico that they control, that they can't sell fent because the heat that they're bringing, the heat that they're getting from the U.S. about, you know what I mean? 100%. So
I mean, you put the fentanyl in the shit, it's gonna make every drug more addicted to that person, more addictive.
And the body drop though. So that's just like when they was starting to cook that heroin up and it was dropping the motherfuckers back in the 70s and shit. That tar, see, motherfuckers was slamming that shit and they was dropping off that shit too. You know what I mean? So when the motherfuckers get the overdosing and them bodies get to dropping, it really get it's really a problem. And the motherfuckers off that fent, man, that shit is an epidemic, man. If you look at the state of California, bro, and I ain't just gonna label every homeless motherfucker. They like to relax, and they relaxation got them where they at. But some of them motherfuckers, like I said, where I work at, them niggas that be at that port and they there all day, every day, nigga, that's by choice because they be there because that's where the shit is, 100%. You know what I mean? And they want to be as close as to the shit, you know what I mean? And I'm saying a little to my man, fuck, I can't even. But that's my thing is though, bro. Some of these motherfuckers is addicted to that shit, bro, and don't give a fuck. And so with the heroin slamming motherfuckers back in the day, knocking them niggas down, some of that shit done got weak. It really ain't knocking niggas down. So we transition to the fent era and it's knocking a whole bunch of motherfuckers down. That's where the problem is because nigga, with me, when I was just going through what I was going through, and I'm still going through the shit, but I was back and forth to the emergency room. These motherfuckers is offering me oxys. Man, first of all, I can't take no pills just based on, you know, the insides of my my body. Some shit is gone. So by this motherfucker, you know, offering me this shit, I'm looking at him in pain. I'm like, man, I don't want this shit. But also just the stigmatism of saying me might have been saying yeah because this motherfucker might have thought I was a druggie or something.
Yeah,
just me thinking.
A lot of people. I swear to God, there'd be people that go to the emergency room like, my neck. You know what I mean? And then because they want some kind of pain.
100%, bro. 100%. And I hit that shit with the stiff arm. But that's what I'm saying though. So that's another reason though, because nigga, they be pushing that shit on you though. That's a temporary band-aid. These motherfuckers ain't even found what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know, shit. Nah, that's real.
My lady, she work at a high-end rehab facility, right? And so I'm talking about like you get everywhere from the rich folks who have money for this type of treatment, then you have all the way down to the middle class who got insurance for this type of shit. But like they're all addicted to fentanyl, bro. And she worked out here, and you know she worked at a similar facility back in San Jose. They were all on the DT over there. Over here, everybody's on that fent like crazy, bro.
Man, when I was just so when I just got shot up with some of this shit, right? The motherfucker, I made a joke to the doctor, right? So rest in peace to the GOAT, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. His thing to relax was the Propofol. I can't pronounce the shit right.
Propofol.
So look, so you already know. So when the doctor told me he finna give me that shit, I said, "Oh, you finna give me the Michael Jackson juice?" And that motherfucker started laughing like a motherfucker, bro. 100%.
That's only real ballers fuck with this
pharmaceutical, bro. These how this shit motherfuckers like to relax. You know what I mean? 100%. Mike might have got a dose of that shit and was like, man, I like this shit, man. This shit helped me nod off, man, 100%. And this conspiracy theories to whatever you want to say about Mike and how he might have passed away and all that shit. But you know what I mean? 100%.
I feel like this. I feel like there's a medical use for every single one of these joints. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's supposed to be used for. And then it's on that that clinic's discretion to dish it out. You know what I'm saying?
It was a numbing medicine, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's using a lot. It was using a lot of different things too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
yeah, I mean they use chow mein. Cocaine to make lidocaine. You know what I mean? But there's no. I mean, it's for the the numbing agent.
On everything.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Trying to give me lidocaine patches, and that shit don't do a motherfucking thing. No, for real. Oh, everything.
You know what I mean? Like that's another thing too. Is like, man, it's like even the benzos, like Xanax, it's easy for a child to go to a therapist and be like, I have anxiety, and they'll be like, boom, they'll give you some fucking Xanax for real. You know what I mean? Like this generation, like even from my youngest, you know what I'm saying? I'll be actually in high school, I'll be asking her all kind of shit. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, there's kids on all kind of shit. I mean, the times ain't changed. When we was that age, well, shit.
Like
I
how
was one of the motherfuckers allegedly having them things. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
Oh, go ahead.
Yo,
yeah, the whippets.
I was saying like in certain like mental hospitals, I know especially in like New York and shit like that. Like you can't even if you get admitted there, you can't leave until you're on some type of medication.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's fucked up. Cause like, man, you answer them wrong. You answer them question and error, a certain way. They're gonna be like, you got this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got this, you got that, and you can't leave here until you get what you need. You know what I mean? Like type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant circle.
It is, bro. And then like how Bogey was talking about the whippets, man. I didn't know what whippets was till like about 2 years ago. So
Cool Whip.
No facts, 100%. Man, I'm at work.
We used to get them up out the CO2 cartridge. You go to Big Five.
So look, I'm at work, and one of my coworkers, I'm because we gotta go. I pick up trash 100%. Part of my duty is picking up trash. I ain't ashamed about it, bro. 100%. So I'm
cleaning up these parks for the kids, man. That's real.
Facts. Hey, so I'm picking up the CO2 cartridges. Man, it's a shitload of these motherfucking little green, right? And
they run through those things like water.
Bro, I'm doing this shit for days. Every fucking day I'm picking this shit up. So, man, I finally say something to my coworker. Like, man, I'm sure picking them, man. They must be shooting the ducks or because it's by the river. You know what I mean? They must be shooting shit or something like that. That's what I tell him. He said, nah, Jerk, they getting high off that shit.
Yeah, they put it in a balloon.
What? They get high off of air?
Yo, you remember the group High Five?
Mm-hmm. The singers
made a song called I Like. Yeah. All right. So the lead singer of that group died from that.
Whippets?
From huffing. That is they back in the days they used to call it huffing. Same type of shit.
Yeah, I
he
remember.
died from that.
Damn, that's crazy. I remember watching I don't know if it was what's the name of the movie? Damn, I forgot the name of the movie, right? I'm watching it with my dad, but it's one of the essay homies, he take the bag and it got I forgot some type of paint fumes or some shit like
they huff it out the bag.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn man, what the fuck is he doing? Well, I ain't say it like that, but I'm just a kid watching it because it's like when the movie first came out or something like that. And he was like, man, he getting hot. 100%.
Yeah, but if what was it? When we was kids, it was always the white boys that had that shit. You know what I mean? And then like one of the homies, he used to just bring the big ass canister to school, just have it in his backpack, and they be in the bathroom getting loaded. Cause that motherfucker only lasts about 10 seconds.
That high?
Dumb for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. I swear to God. And you know what's crazy?
Crazy.
I did that shit back in the days, but one of the way it was described to me is like, imagine like a nuclear bomb on your brain cells. Just, and I was like, that's not really appealing. You know what I mean? Like,
not at all.
That's foolishness.
Maybe just try it once. And you just got And for real though, you look stupid as a motherfucker too. Like, everything just goes like slow mo. Like, but like, see, here's the thing though, is that they don't. What the kids is doing now is the whippets are on top of everything else. So if you on a bar, or you're sipping, or you're on a perk or whatever, they hitting the whippets while they high off other shit. You know?
Yeah, you see on TikTok, that's a trend right now. The youth is right now on TikTok showing themselves getting high off the whippets.
Wow. Yeah, they filling up big ass balloons. I'm sure.
For sure.
Bonsalot said had a girl on that intervention show back in the day. She would buy like 30 air duster cans at a time. Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, I had the homegirl. She used to like to go skiing, She would go skiing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Indoor sports, right?
Facts.
Keep up with me, right? She
Facts.
go skiing and hit the balloons. And I'm like, that's crap. I'm like, damn, like they just be regular. I'm like, are you even high? Like, you know, people, hey, because you get to a certain point where like them shits don't really. Maybe that 10 seconds ain't even 10 seconds no more. It's like 5 seconds.
Man, and that's when it
You
come
know
a
what I mean?
problem. And
And
that's a problem because that's when them young kids, or it don't even got to be the youth. It's motherfuckers still our age that like once they get used to the pharmaceuticals and can't afford the pharmaceutical shit. That's when they slide to that other shit that's manufactured somewhere else, and that you know what I mean.
Yep, that's usually what it is.
Top of the morning, Josh, on everything.
What up, Josh?
What it is.
And make sure y'all go follow Stay Tuned Live on YouTube, man, Facebook, man, 100%, Twitch, man, TikTok. That's my dog Josh.
Yeah, man, Bay Area stand up.
Bay Area stand up, man. Stay Tuned Live, man, 100%, 7 p.m. Tuesdays, man. 100%, bro. Y'all got anything going out on this?
Say no to drugs.
We said it at the same time.
Say no to drugs, man.
I'm gonna tell you like Mac Dre. You know, it is my body, and I'm not trying to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? But children, you know what I mean? Please, you know, there's more to life than getting high. You know what I'm saying? You know what's the irony of getting high is that like when you're doing them hardcore Schedule 1 controlled substances type shit like that, and you know you're gonna get to that point where you're hoping you don't die. And then when you wake up the next morning and you're alive, that's the moment that you're supposed to remember, like, okay, I almost died. You know what I mean? They go right back to it. It's a vicious cycle, you know what I mean? They mean it like, please. That's the only time they talk to God. Oh, please don't let me OD tonight. Motherfucker heartbeat jumping out the shit. Or a motherfucker be sleep for days. You're like, yo, what's up with Bogey? Oh, he still sleep? You know there's something going on, man. And pay attention to the kids too. Like, cause you know what I'm saying? That shit is real, man. If we ain't paying attention, they be doing that shit right under our nose for all we know. You know what I mean?
Oh, they miss facts. And see, that's the thing. And like how you said sleep for days, a motherfucker get just do that shit off the drink too, though. You know what I mean? Motherfucker really gotta really think, nigga. Of course, you know, you got to have some type of way to relax. Whether you have your relax, like I said, it's in your cup, it's in the air with some flour, or some like Bogey said, some Schedule 1 shit, or whether you like to go fucking work out. You know what I mean? You just got to make sure that whatever you doing, bro, don't destroy your motherfucking body 100%, because the number one wealthness is your motherfucking health 100%. We got to be able to make sure that our health is right, because we can't, if we ain't got no health, we can't keep pushing it and
nothing happening.
Legacy. So make sure whatever the fuck you doing in life, man, make sure you get some of your health right 100%. If not, you full-fledged with it. But also the main thing on my going out, especially on this story, is, man, always, man, the money is the motive 100%. So if you is relaxing some way, look, bruh, the money got to be the motive. So if you don't let your habit take over you getting in the way of getting your ass up and making sure you got to do what you got to do 100%, bro, because I see that shit, like I said, every day, bro, 100%, man.
You can't get no money if you're getting high all the damn time, though.
100%. Facts.
So
and it just sucked that some of this generation's idols, you know what I mean? They make it look like, you know, they made it, and all they can do is get high now, and it's sustainable. It's not true.
It's not true, man. 100%. Them is facts.
No, it ain't. We got a bunch of celebrities to show that, examples of that.
Facts.
For real.
Hey, one of the best things is learning from your own mistakes, but one of the better things is learning from the mistakes of others. When you can put that shit together, man, you're going to be all right. 100%. Slim, tell the people where they can find you at, big bro.
Boogie Vision on YouTube, From a Fan's Perspective, episode 5 about to drop. So, you know what I mean? Just tune in, you know, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good shit.
100%. Bogey, let them know, big bro.
Yeah, man, you know, Bogard scot-free, anywhere you consume your music, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, you know what I'm saying, all that shit. And yeah, check us out on the YouTube /the Gen Wealth Net. You know what I mean? We live all day, every day. We got coverage starting bright and early. Me and JD hitting it tough at 6 a.m. West Coast time. So tap in. You know what I mean?
100%, bro. We up tomorrow morning, man, making it happen, man. Pull up on us, y'all. Episode 5 from a fan's perspective about to drop today, man. 100%. Bogard Scott free at all streaming digital streaming music platforms. 100%. Jim Wealth, man. All one word on YouTube. Jim Wealth. All one word _ Instagram. BabySlim 06, man. Hey, just stay locked into the whole community, man. Shout out to Spencer the Guru Nation. Shout out to Miles P. neonpeacock.merch.com. 100%. Shout out to the Ear to the Street. Shout out to Kid Up, man. 100%. Them is my playmaker fam right there, man. And man, just stay tuned to everything we got going on, man. 100%. We'll see y'all next week on this show right here. Fucking same bad channel, same bad time. 100%, man.
Yes, sir.
No.
Peace.